I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Kelby Taylor. I have played with the APO for a couple years. I'm in Russellville with my husband. He is a band director down here in Russellville. So we've been here, this is our third year now. I'm a graduate of the University of Arkansas, and that's how I kind of got plugged in with APO, because I was up in that area and got invited to play a couple concerts, and yeah, I really enjoy playing with them, and so it's been fun getting plugged into them. All right. Again, this is my first live, so I'm going to try my best. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play my first piece for you guys. So the first piece I'm going to play is the prelude to Bach's First Cello Suite. And I love playing these on marimba. I think they just translate so well to the instrument and just really sound good on a 5-octave marimba. So I'm really excited to get to play it for you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, if you joined us in the middle of that, I'm Kelby Taylor, and the instrument that I'm playing is a marimba. It's kind of like, if you don't know what it is, it's like a big xylophone, except it sounds prettier. And it's massive. We had to rearrange our entire living room just so we could fit it into this space. Would you mind moving the music stand out of the way? So the next song that I wanted to play is by my favorite composer, Eric Owazen. Eric Owazen, he's not a percussion-specific composer. He composes for orchestras, chamber groups, all different kinds of instruments. But I love his compositions for the marimba. I just think they're very powerful. Like, he really knows how to write for this instrument, and how to just get the most musicality out of it. And so I love playing all of his pieces so much. But this piece that I wanted to play, it's just a little bit of the beginning because it's 20 minutes long. This piece is Northern Lights, and I love this piece. This is the chorale section in the beginning, and there's a part of it where I try to make it sound like a harp, because to me it sounds very harp-like, and that's always a fun challenge to try to get those different sounds out of the marimba and out of your instrument. So anyway, this is Northern Lights, the first section, I don't know how many measures, by Eric Owazen. Pieces by one of my favorite composers. All right, and again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment and I will answer them as best as I can. Again, I feel the need to apologize for my neighbors who mowed at the worst possible time. The next piece and the last piece that I wanted to play for you today, I'm going to have my lovely assistant, my husband, join me. He is also a percussionist, so it gets very loud at our house, but it's also a lot of fun because we can play duets together. So we're going to play Anthem by Ivan Trevino. And Ivan Trevino is a really fun composer for percussion because he's just like a rock star. Like he just writes rock music for the marimba, and so it's always a whole lot of fun. So this piece is actually written for solo marimba. It's out of his songbook, but we decided that it would be more fun if we added some drumming to it. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm really excited. So here we go. All right. That piece was so much fun. I love playing that. All right, so I'm gonna drag you over here because, like I said, we had to rearrange our house to fit our marimba into our living room because it is massive. So, and I have to admit something. When Jason invited me to do this, I was like, yeah, sure. Cocktails and music, that's fine. But I have to make a confession. I don't drink cocktails. I don't know anything about making cocktails. And so I Googled and I searched for an easy cocktail recipe, a mocktail, because I don't really drink cocktails. So we're gonna make a Moscow Mule today, a mocktail Moscow Mule. A mocktail mule? I don't know. But my assistant, once again, is going to be my helper. Also, I had these copper mugs. Obviously, I didn't buy them to drink cocktails in. I bought them because I thought they were cute. But luckily, we need these for a Moscow Mule. So, our first ingredient is, ice. Yeah, we got the ice. Check, done. Next, we need some ginger beer. And we're going to do a cup of ginger beer, except I don't measure anything, so we're just going to dump some in there. That's about a cup. He said that's a lot. Oh well. Okay, and then so there's our cup of ginger beer. And then for our mocktail mule, I'm trademarking that name, we're going to do a third of a cup of club soda. I think if you're going to make this for real, you wouldn't use club soda. You would use like vodka or, I don't know, something else. But we're going to use club soda. Like I said, this is my first live, so I'm struggling to not make it awkward, but we're going to have fun with it. So we have 1/3 of a cup of club soda. Again, I don't measure. We're just going to dump some of that in there. Looks good to me.
Sure.
Look good to you.
Sure.
All right. Oh, this is fun. I'm glad we're doing this. This is a lot of fun. All right, and so now we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of lime. I should probably measure this. Yeah, we're gonna measure it. Okay, we have a little measuring kit.
Do a dash.
You do a dash? Okay, we'll do. Let's do 2 tablespoons because I should have measured the other stuff. Mine's are a little bit full. So. There we go. Yeah, if you want to make this, you might Google the recipe yourself and not take my word for it. So there we go. That's all we need is ginger beer, club soda, and lime juice. And I have my little lime wedges that I cut up for our garnish. There we go. You ready to try it?
Yeah, sure.
I think he's a little uneasy about my mocktail mule. I like it. He said he doesn't like it. I like it. I think it's good.
A lot of lime.
Oh. Okay, so too much lime. So maybe not that much lime next time. All right. You can get in it if you want to. Do you want to get in it? Okay. While I have you here, though, I'm going to plug an upcoming APO event, The Gospel Truth. There's an evening with the Arkansas Philharmonic Orchestra. So this is a gospel concert in collaboration with Music Moves. It is September 20th at the Walton Art Center, and tickets will be available soon, so be on the lookout for that. I love gospel music, so I might check that out. It'll be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, comment, and I'll answer them as best as I can. Like I said, I'm Kelby Taylor. I have played several concerts over the years with the Arkansas Philharmonic Orchestra. It's always a lot of fun to meet up with them and get to play music up in Bentonville. Yeah, like I said, I first got plugged in with them when I was a grad student. No, when I was an undergrad at the University of Arkansas. And then I was a grad student there, and so I got to continue to play, and it's always been fun. My favorite concerts over the years have probably been, I did a Christmas concert. I played the concert where they premiered the violin concerto, Florence Price's violin concerto, and I was backstage listening to it. I don't think they had percussion parts for that one, but that was a really cool concert to get to play with. I got to play a marimba concerto with the Arkansas Philharmonic Orchestra, and that was one of the coolest experiences of my life. It was amazing getting to work with Maestro Stephen Bias, and he is so incredible, and it was just a lot of fun getting to collaborate and then performing with those musicians up at the Aaron Arts Center in Bentonville. So I've had a lot of cool experiences with the APO. I played Eric Oazen's Concerto for Marimba. So that was a lot of fun. It was a good concert. I still have my recording. I should listen to it. Should pull it out sometime. Anyway, again, if you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. I can show you real quick how luckily I cleaned my house the other day, so I don't mind showing you. But this is how we had to rearrange our house to get our room in there. You can see our dog's toys off in the background. But like our couch is just like completely out of the way. This thing is massive. It usually lives in a bedroom, but there's just not enough space in there. Yeah, I can show off my marimba. It's brand new, so I do not mind showing off my marimba at all. I'm so proud of it. I'm so thankful that I get to continue to play my instrument, because I thought when I left school I was kind of done. These things are huge and expensive, and I'm very fortunate that I got my hands on one. But yeah, there it is. It's all beautiful, massive brass resonators, rosewood bars. This is brand new. It's a 5-octave Demaro marimba. So made by Doug Demaro. If you don't know Doug DeMauro, it's really cool. He actually is in Arkadelphia. He's in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. He makes world-class marimbas in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Like, who would have thought?
Arguably the best.
Yeah, arguably like the best marimbas in the world. 2 hours away from my house. So it was just really cool when we picked up the marimba about 2 months ago. So I got to go down to his warehouse and like see where he makes everything. And I got to play on that marimba. He set it up for me in his room and like fine-tuned everything. And so it was really cool to like be there with the person who made the instrument and kind of just hear his like process. He took us on a tour through everything and showed us how he picks out the wood and how he, makes the resonators and hammers the pipes, and it was such a cool experience. But yeah, the finest marimbas in the world are made here in Arkansas. I just think that's so cool. They're all handmade too, which makes them very special. Go Reddies. Yes, Mr. Warnock, we barely fit this in our home. It is so huge. But I love it. I love the marimba. I'm going to keep drinking your your Moscow Mule that I made you. It's maybe a little less lime juice next time, but we can probably water that down with some club soda or some ginger beer. All right, like I said, if you have any questions, my neighbor stopped mowing, so they could have done that earlier when I was playing some pieces, but I guess better now than never. Once again, let me plug the APO event coming up one more time, because that sounds really cool, and I always love APO concerts. So the APO event is September 20th at the Walton Arts Center. It is the title is The Gospel Truth, an evening with the Arkansas Philharmonic Orchestra in collaboration with Music Moves. So it's a gospel music concert. Yeah, I love gospel music, so I want to try to make it out there, but the tickets are available soon. Denise, the marimbas are made in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. So we went down to Arkadelphia a couple months ago to his warehouse. It's like a warehouse just on, in the middle of nowhere. And then you go inside and there's these like immaculate, beautiful instruments being made in there. So that was really cool. But yes, I am very proud and very thankful for my marimba. I'm trying to think of anything I forgot to talk about. What's my favorite piece? My favorite piece, probably Northern Lights, what I played. I've had that piece in my rep for years, and like I said, I just love how Eric Owazen writes for the marimba. I just think he writes so powerfully. Yeah, I think he just writes very well for the instrument, considering he's not a percussionist. Yeah, he wrote Northern Lights. He wrote the concerto, and then he wrote one of my favorite percussion ensemble pieces, Palace of Nine Perfections. I love that piece so much. I begged my college professor to let us play it twice because I loved it so much. And I begged for the same part because I just love it. I love Eric Owazen's writing, and I love playing the marimba, and I'm so glad that Jason invited me to play the marimba today because it was a lot of fun. I was a nervous wreck preparing for it, especially because I've never done a Facebook Live before, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Is there any more questions? Do you want to say, what's your favorite piece on marimba? Because you play marimba too. He's a percussionist, so that counts.
I think I like toccata.
Toccata.
Yeah, I played in grad school.
Yeah.
In Netherlands School. It's a little bit more popular than it was when I played it, but
yeah,
I like that piece. Nobody else did.
And oh, let me go grab some mallets real quick.
Oh yeah, those stout ones.
So obviously you cannot play marimba without mallets, and these are my brand new Gordon Stout mallets. He is also a composer, and he makes these by hand. Aside from my marimba, these are probably my second most prized possession. But you know, we play marimba with 4 mallets, and so we hold 2 mallets in one hand. And this is how I hold 2 mallets in one hand. But my husband, he has a different way of holding mallets, and I make fun of him for it all the time. It's just a different grip. It's not worse. It's not necessarily better. But but yeah, this is how, these are a couple different ways that you can hold 2 mallets in your hand. We have arguments over whose way is better. But if you'll notice, his mallets are crossed in his palm, and mine, I don't know if you can tell, but mine are not. But that's how you hold 4 mallets when you play marimba.
Mine's 2 mallet grip, and then you put another one behind it.
Yeah. People are always like, how in the world do you hold 2 mallets in one hand? But it just takes a little practice. Oh yes, that was another thing is, so Gordon Stout did make these by hand, but tomorrow, the guy who made my marimba, he made these shafts. So the shafts, and they got dyed. They were stained to match the bars on my marimba.
Cedar.
So they're pretty cool, yeah. So anyway, all right, well, this has been a whole lot of fun. I want to thank Jason again for inviting me to do this. This is really cool, and I'm really glad that in this day and age, there's still a way to get music to people from your living room. That's really cool. And I want to thank Maestro Stephen Baez and the Arkansas Philharmonic Orchestra. So yeah, this has been a whole lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time.